Convicted felons aren't allowed to own firearms even after serving their time, but there is one Detroit area attorney who's working to change that for nonviolent offenders. CBS News Detroit's Elle Myers is getting answers about this effort.
It's people convicted of drug offenses or even drunk driving, theft offenses. Those are the people that are going to be best for relief. They'll best qualify.
I dug into the details and found a federal program proposed by the U.S. Department of Justice could be the key. Allowing a petition process to restore gun rights would have an impact on millions of people across the country. Clarence Overstreet is one of those people who would qualify.
My felony was I had possession of cocaine. It was years ago. I was young, doing what young people do.
Overstreet tells me he's already filed his petition.
I just want to be able to protect me and my family at all times. Go hunting with the kids, never experienced that ever in life.
Now, according to Morris, the proposal could be rolled out in the coming weeks.
As the program was actually reinitiated officially in March of 2025. The proposed rules were published in July of 2025, and now the final rules are about to be published within the next 30 days.
He tells me people who were convicted of nonviolent felonies who served their time and waited an additional 5 years would be eligible. But Ryan Bates, the executive director of End Gun Violence Michigan, tells me he feels this change will make everyone less safe.
Congress shut down this program for a reason years ago. We already ran this experiment, and many of the folks who had their gun rights restored ended up going on to commit violent crimes, murder, sexual assault, burglary.
He tells me the data is clear.
The number one predictor of going on to commit a violent crime with a gun is having a previous criminal history.
Now, Bates tells me he expects to see a lawsuit over this federal change before all is said and done. For CBS News Detroit, I'm Elle Myers reporting.
Elle, thank you. A New York prison guard faces new questions about the death of Jeffrey Epstein. Toba Noel has been asked to testify before the House Oversight Committee. It's already known that she and fellow guard Michael Thomas were accused of sleeping on the job. New details in the Epstein files also show cash deposits Noel made in the months surrounding Epstein's death. She also Googled latest on Epstein in jail less than an hour before his body was found. His death was ruled a suicide, but there has been ongoing speculation he was killed.
Savannah Guthrie shed tears in the first part of her interview that aired on the Today Show this morning. It was the first time that she's spoken on the show about her mother's apparent kidnapping. Guthrie hasn't been on the air in weeks. Since traveling to her mother's Tucson home early last month, she has not gone on camera. In an interview with co-host Hoda Kotb, Guthrie recounts a conversation with her brother and says she blames herself for what happened.
And he said, I think she's been kidnapped for ransom. And I said, yeah. What? Yeah. Well, why? What? And then, I mean, it sounds so like how dumb could I be? But I didn't want to believe. I just said, do you think because of me? And he said, I'm sorry, sweetie, but yeah, maybe that would make sense, but we don't know. But yeah, that's probably, which is too much to bear. To think that I brought this to her bedside, that it's because of me. And I just say, I'm so sorry, Mommy. I'm so sorry.
Oh, man, that is tough. Part 2 of that pre-taped interview is going to be airing tomorrow on Today. There is no official word on when Guthrie will return to hosting on the show. One insider has speculated that it could be at some point next month. Toyota is now recalling more than 140,000 Lexus SUVs over a rearview camera problem. The camera may not display an image when the vehicle is in reverse, which could increase the risk of a crash. Affected models include certain NX 250s and 350s and RX 350s and TX 350s. Those model years are from 2022 through 2026. Dealers will repair or replace the rearview camera for free.
Regulators say furniture straps called For Our Kitties plastic tip restraint kits are being recalled. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says they can give way, leading to a child's injury or even death. The recall includes items sold on Amazon from June 2019 through January 2026 for $6 to $21. Each kit contains white plastic mounts, screws, drywall anchors, and a white plastic zip tie. More than 250,000 units are involved in the recall. More than 10 million grill brushes sold at Home Depot have been recalled. The metal wire bristles can detach and stick to the grill or food, posing an ingestion hazard. At least 5 people have swallowed metal bristles and had to get medical treatment. The brand of the grill brush is Next Grill, which is on each model. Consumers should not use the brushes and contact Next Grill for a refund.
Epilepsy awareness is being highlighted on this Purple Day. Coming up, we've got a look at how to support the women who battle the disease.
And this allergy season could be worse than you expect. Coming up, doctors share how to get ahead of severe symptoms.
And there are growing concerns about toxic chemicals in hair products. Coming up, the steps that are being taken to protect women in Wayne County.
Every day with you is something special. You're worth more than gold with a heart so good. Nothing feels better when I'm with you. You make my life better. You make it so good, and I can't stop this feeling. With you.
It still feels like he's going to walk right in and sit down for dinner.
I even made his favorite this week.
Are you okay, Mom? Are you sure you're ready to do this again so soon?
Honey, there's no place I'd rather be right now than here with family. I was just worried I wasn't going to be able to do this anymore with the cost of the funeral, and it was so unexpected. But your dad, he always had a plan.
What do you mean?
He had a guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company. It really helped me with the expenses, and the payment came so fast.
But how was he able to qualify? With his health issues?
With United of Omaha, there were no health questions or medical exams. His acceptance was guaranteed.
If you are between 45 and 85, you automatically qualify for up to $25,000 in life insurance coverage, starting at just $6.38 a month with United of Omaha. Your acceptance is guaranteed. You cannot be turned down for any reason, and benefits may be paid within 24 hours. Unlike some policies, United of Omaha benefits are payable from day one. With one quick call, you can qualify for up to $25,000 in life insurance coverage.
But aren't those policies expensive?
They had options for as little as $6.38 a month. Plus, it was so easy. I even signed up for a policy of my own, so you won't have to worry either. And with their rate lock guarantee, my rate is locked in for life. My coverage will never go down, and my premiums will never increase.
Help take care of your loved ones after you're gone with a guaranteed acceptance life insurance policy from United of Omaha today.
Call 800-765-9038. That's 800-765-9038. 800-765-9038. Call today.
A new resolution in Wayne County is taking aim at a hidden risk: toxic chemicals in hair products marketed to black women.
It's called Our Hair, Our Health. CBS News Detroit's Lauren Winfrey is getting answers on the significance of the resolution and why supporters say it's about more than protecting beauty.
Often considered a story of resilience, the history of black women's hair in America is complex.
This is very personal to me.
According to a report from Emory University, in the late 19th century, many black people turned to hair straightening to avoid discrimination. By the 1950s, chemical straighteners became mainstream, but in the 60s, the Black is Beautiful movement pushed back. And today, with laws like the Crown Act, more black women are embracing their natural hair, especially in a city like Detroit, widely known as the hair capital of the world.
We have to advocate for ourselves, because if we don't, no one else will.
A thought prompting Wayne County Commissioner Monique Baker McCormick to introduce a resolution calling for clearer safety standards and banning harmful ingredients in hair products she argues Black women are disproportionately exposed to.
We want it to be clear that they cannot have these cancer-causing toxic chemicals. Right now, it's optional. We don't want there to be any options on the table.
An effort that will take time, and for some in the industry, adjustment. Even stylists like Shania Clark, who prioritize natural products, say it won't be easy.
Will it be a bad thing? Absolutely not. Will it be a good thing? Yes and no, because we're going to need something to substitute everything that we use to do our hair.
The resolution also highlights the need for education and culturally informed solutions.
Get educated, stylists, so we can, as a whole and as a culture, really change the trajectory of what's happening in the industry.
If adopted into law, Wayne County would become a national leader in regulating these products, resulting in safer products on store shelves. Until then, Commissioner Baker McCormick says this is about starting the conversation and protecting the health of future generations. Clark agrees.
I think that the focus is definitely here to stay.
Getting answers in Detroit. Lauren Winfrey, CBS News, Detroit.
There's a lot of buzz these days around peptides. Those are amino acids found naturally in the body that help with immune function, muscle growth, and tissue recovery. Scientists have also developed synthesized versions, most notably for insulin and GLP-1 weight loss drugs. In fact, the P in GLP-1 stands for peptide. The FDA has tested and regulated those, but wellness influencers are pushing others online. They claim a much wider range of benefits like muscle growth, fat loss, and injury recovery.
There's some animal data like rats and mice that suggest that they have powerful effects on cell function, but there's no gold standard, reproducible, randomized trials in humans that show that they actually work. Now, that said,
Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a prominent supporter of peptides. He has signaled plans to push the FDA to make them easier to produce and buy.
Get ready for more sneezing and itchy eyes. Coming up, why experts say this allergy season could be even more intense.
And we're rolling our way into a pretty wet and even stormy at times evening, but the severe risk, how much of it actually still exists for us? We're going to break that down for you. I'm Ahmed Badji, and growing up here makes me Detroit proud.
In 1776, America made a promise. In 1941, we proved we meant it. That fighting spirit still lives on in the Jeep brand. Now, with the Jeep Declaration of Deals, get 0% financing for 60 months on select 2025 models, or we'll cover your sales tax. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days. Jeep, there's only one.
Or well-qualified current FCA employee lessees can lease the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee for $309 a month with $309 due at signing and no down payment. See your Metro Detroit Jeep brand dealers.
Here to discuss some of retirement's biggest topics is Dan Stavali of Paragon Retirement Planning. And today we're focusing on avoiding common mistakes in legacy planning. Dan, what should we avoid?
Hi, Nikki. Thank you. Yeah, some of the common mistakes that we see regularly. One is not updating wills, trusts, and even beneficiary forms. In fact, we had a situation last year in a conversation with a family where it was a situation where a husband was on a second marriage, and he had a Cessna airplane, and unfortunately, the airplane went down. And he had a life insurance policy, and he didn't update his beneficiary form. And the beneficiary was his ex-wife. So, yes, no. So making sure things are updated regularly, which people many times overlooked, and also using a trust as a tool which can provide better protection from taxes and also legacy planning. Many times that's overlooked.
I know that it can be a tough conversation, but such a necessary one.
Necessary, absolutely. Yeah. These things can simply be avoided just by taking the extra time. Make sure your I's are dotted and T's are crossed.
Absolutely. Tell us about this exclusive offer that you brought for our viewers.
Yes. We have a limited number of Paragon Summit Packs available, so reach out to us now. It features my new book plus tons of other resources that are free to use, so get yours now.
Dan's Paragon Summit Pack is free, but it's only available for a limited time. So you want to make sure you get yours before they're gone. Thank you so much for being here, Dan. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week for more of the Great Lakes Retirement Minute.
Still ahead at 6, University of Michigan President Domenico Grasso challenged in Congress over the university's handling of national security after researchers from China were accused of smuggling biological material in the U.S.
Plus, a student at Plymouth Canton Schools wins a lawsuit over freedom of speech in class. Those stories and more still ahead at 6.
Like opening day in baseball, we've got another sure sign that spring is here. Take a look. The cherry blossoms in Washington, D.C. officially in peak bloom. Beautiful, right? The National Park Service said the trees hit the final stage today. That's 3 days earlier than the agency predicted it would arrive this year.
I like to get them with the memorial in the background or with the Washington Monument in the background, and it just makes a beautiful picture.
This is actually my first time, so I'm genuinely excited and just seeing the area, and I love just being in DC. It's very airy and nice weather going on right now.
It's just the kind of the welcoming moment of spring. Finally, temperatures are warming up. We're seeing nature kind of turn around, and it's a beautiful thing to experience and be a part of.
The peak bloom date is defined as the day when 70% of the blossoms are open. They typically bloom for a period of several days.
Allergy season has arrived, and in some places it has started earlier than usual. Skylar Henry has tips for getting through the season of sneezing.
A record warm winter combined with dry conditions has created the perfect storm for an explosive allergy season.
Definitely noticed when I'm helping customers, some of them are a little bit sneezy or sniffly. And unfortunately, that's just the environment that we're in.
A report by the Asthma and Allergy Foundation ranked the worst cities for allergies. The most severe? Boise, Idaho.
Are all types of pollen created equal?
Yeah, that's a good question. No. And especially in the Atlanta area, because our tree canopy is so big, spring is very difficult.
In Atlanta, ear, nose, and throat doctor Tim Ryan says his phones have already started ringing with wary patients.
Most people wait to start to treat their allergy till it's too late. You wait for a high pollen count day and then you start on your medication. So you really want to start treatment early.
Doctors also recommend taking frequent showers when coming in from outside, keeping windows closed, using HEPA filters on high pollen count days, and don't rub those eyes.
Is there a point where, as perhaps we get older, where it's like, no, you're more susceptible to these sorts of things?
So we're seeing increases in allergy development later on in life. And we think that that has a lot to do with what we talked about before, the tree canopy and the longer growing seasons. So as we move along in our age, we can develop more and more symptoms.
I'm Skylar Henry in Atlanta.
All right, we are watching that forecast for today. Ahmed, we saw some of that rain kind of in our area earlier. What are we expecting throughout the night?
So we have that severe weather risk that comes on in going into the evening, and it's tricky. We are going to get storms. We are going to get rain. We've already been getting it. But the severe risk is very much a question mark here still for us. Here's what we got going on outside your window as we roll into it. One of the good things, one of the big green flags here for us is where the watches are. You've got the severe watch down to our southwest. You've got the tornado watch south of us. Notice none of them include Michigan. Neither of them. There's a reason for that. The front has been blasting its way south. And you can see the first warnings are again south of the state line. But for anybody down toward Toledo, that's where the first storms are. We have rain. We have some storms. We go to the west. Again, more rain, more storms. But the severe weather, again, out toward Chicago, moving southeast. So what do we expect to happen? Let me show you. Next to the Futurecast here, yes, I expect us to get some rain and storms. But getting to the severe limit, that stays south of the state line. That's what you see here. So again, Lenawee and Monroe counties, you'll likely get some good rumbles. Everybody else, rain, maybe a springtime storm, and not much more than that. This is a night where the rain that we've got and where the front is doing a lot of work to keep our severe risk low. I said this last night, that today's is very conditional on where that front was going to be. We didn't want to hype it up, and we didn't. And I'm proud to say that our next weather team didn't do that. So what we're looking at now is a chance to just kind of keep an eye on the storm risk for the evening, but there doesn't hold much fuel there for it to get going. What we have, though, is a lot of cool air on the other side. And tomorrow, while we do get some sunshine back and we hold that into the weekend, it's chilly with a couple snow showers possible, as a matter of fact. Lows tomorrow morning will be in the 20s. It is a cold start to the day. We're talking about 22 degrees for the low in Pontiac in the morning after I'm almost making it to the 70 mark today. That is a ton of cold for us to work with. Now we go past that, we've got highs for tomorrow where we at least make it back into the low 40s. Widespread, Lenawee and Monroe counties right there, low 40s there. We continue from Wayne into Washtenaw, same thing, but downriver, upper 30s, same thing as St. Clair Shores and in South Lyon. That is going to be the key because now we get the breeze off of Lake Huron. And that cold air comes sweeping on through. 36 in Chesterfield, 38 in Sterling Heights, 37 in Milford, 38 in Heartland. Port Huron, not even 30. Just think about that. That's Michigan for you, right? Almost 70 today, followed immediately by a severe storm risk, and then within 12 hours later, down into the upper 20s. That's a bit of a change. But that's the way March has set up here for us so far. And tomorrow is the absolute coldest point. We will warm from there. So let's take the time and roll through the next 7. With the low 40s, and again, like you saw up toward Port Huron, even colder than that. Sunshine, though, for tomorrow. Same thing for Saturday. We're slowly warming our way back up. And by the time we get through the end of the weekend, notice we go from the upper 50s to the low 60s. And we keep heading farther into the 60s. Wednesday could be a little warmer than that. But again, with the rain and even the storm risk, we could see that keep us a little easier in the 60s there and thus lower our severe risk. Because Wednesday would be our next best chance. But so far, we've been doing well holding off on anything stronger than just a regular old rumble. And I'm fine with that. We don't want to have to deal with any of that tonight.
It's good news. Quite the improvement. But thank you. Today is Purple Day, a global effort to raise awareness about epilepsy. Coming up, how some women are overcoming the challenges of the disease.
The stakes are high, the clock is ticking, and everyone is making their picks. At Crest Ford, we're tipping things off with a Ford lineup that delivers clutch performance all season long. From powerful trucks to versatile SUVs, there's a Ford built to go the distance. Right now, you can lease a 2025 Bronco Sport for only $349 per month. Don't wait for overtime. Lock in your win today. Stop into our showroom today or shop online now at crestford.com. When we say the best are at Crest, we mean it.
These days, the world is moving faster than ever, but I like to say, not so fast when it comes to a progressive disease like chronic kidney disease. Jardiance is a little pill proven to slow the progression of CKD and reduce the risk of kidney failure, which can lead to dialysis.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood